First and goal. Rodgers hangs in the pocket, throwing into a lot of traffic, and it's caught for the touchdown by Jimmy Graham. And just like that, the Green Bay Packers take the lead. It took them 1 minute and 35 seconds to go 74 yards.
In the backfield, Rodgers looks the other way, and it's Jamal Williams. He's headed to the end zone, and he's in with a Packer touchdown. Vontae Adams is in the backfield. Rodgers the other way for the end zone. Touchdown, Geronimo Allison. Aaron Jones, that's going to be another Packer touchdown. Broncos jump. Free play for Rodgers. He knows where to go with it. For Valdez-Scantling. In the end zone. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones on second down into the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones slips one tackle, and he's into the end zone for another Packer touchdown.
That goes down as a reception, as this is a spinning touchdown for Aaron Jones. And a fast start for this Packer offense.
He knows he's going to get hit on the catch.
31 yards on 3rd and 6. End zone touchdown. Allison again. Adams 13 targets, 9 catches. Graham, touchdown, Green Bay. Handoff to Jones, nice cutback. Aaron Jones for the touchdown. Handoff to Jones. He is in for the touchdown, his second of the day. Aaron Jones trying to get to the edge. He does. He's got another. What a game. Third of the afternoon. Jones is going to reach and get it. His 4th of the game to tie a Packer franchise record. Williams on the tap pass. A stiff arm, turns the corner and goes in. Interception just moments ago earlier here. 3rd down and 5. Rodgers same side. And this time it's in the hands of Lazard. Incredible play. 35-yard touchdown.
Going to stay up top on 1st down. Going to go to the end zone. Turning around, and did he make the catch? What a catch it is by Aaron Jones. What an adjustment at the end. Touchdown, Green Bay from 21 yards out.
Drive is at the 8-minute mark for the Packers.
That's why we said this game is about possessions. One big play. And there it is. You see, you got to finish these off with touchdowns. You're only going to get, right now, Jim, what is that, 3 possessions each team?
55 from this point. Perfect conditions, too. The wind, field is solid as Rodgers goes for something much bigger. Kumaro dives for the pylon. It's a touchdown.
Sees 5'9" blitz and thinks.
Takes the handoff to Jones. Now, going to run with it. He's going to walk it in. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown.
They're allowing him to get up on 1st and goal with nobody in the backfield.
Takes the handoff to Jones. Dancing around at the 13. Throws it.
at the goal line is caught. Jimmy Graham with the touchdown. There's number 350.
Next week, which is, again, going to be another tough assignment.
100%.
Here's a 3rd and 5 for a first down. That is Valdez-Scantling racing down the sideline. There's no bad ankle evident on that one.
Jones sets up on a wing and then goes in motion on a 2nd and 3. Comes back the other way. A little flip to Jones. And behind a Williams block, he is able to take it in for a touchdown. Give it to him. And in he will go. Dan Vitale, the fullback.
Problems in the secondary. They've got it screwed up. They're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it. And it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown. On the right side, taking Balaga's spot. 2nd down and 2. Little flip here to Jones. Gets a block. And Jones out in front. They're trying to chase him down. He's inside the 10. And Jones down the sideline. He is in for the touchdown. 67 yards.
Now that last one went down to 0, basically 1 and snapped it.
Here's a 1st and goal. Getting away from the heat and flipping it for the touchdown to Jamal Williams. His 5th touchdown reception of the season.
To McCaffrey, to the left of Aaron Rodgers. He gets it. He carries it in for the touchdown. Hand off to Jones again. And no signal. Now touchdown. His 2nd of the game.
It's a testament to how hard these young players have worked to gain that trust.
It's Jones, cuts back. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Apparently not tonight. 2nd down and goal. Little toss here to Devontae Adams, and he will take it into the end zone. Bakhtiari through the block there, so they finally get in.
To 30% touches.
That's Williams in the backfield again, and they're looking that way. Now Rodgers steps up, delivers a strike to Davante Adams, and a touchdown for Green Bay. Back-to-back games. Touchdown receptions for the great Davante Adams. They fake it to Jones. Great protection. Rodgers wide open in the end zone, and that is a touchdown to Allen Lazard, and Green Bay back on top.
Here, ready to go.
Aaron Rodgers on 3rd down and goal to the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Davante Adams.
There is a flag on the field at the far 5-yard line, but that's because the Giant defenders had too many men on the field.
2nd down and goal, and Rodgers under pressure gets it away, and Lewis with a touchdown for Green Bay. His 1st touchdown reception of the season.
Aaron Rodgers, the 7-time Pro Bowler, still going strong. Hands it off to Jones, and he is in for a Packers touchdown. Oh, new game, same result. 2nd and 10. Rodgers to the end zone, touchdown for the tight end Robert Tonyan.
Rodgers, 4-man rush, gonna float it down the seam. Adams has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Packers. Try to get him going, and he's got a seam. Aaron Jones still on his feet. Jones all the way in. Touchdown, Green Bay. He's going to give it to Jones. He's in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Will they cash in on this trip? Jones to the left side, inside the 5 and into the end zone. Good block by Allen Lazard. 12-yard touchdown run, Aaron Jones. Lost, the Vikings would be the number 6. Jones, look at that balance. Aaron Jones, see ya.
Four-man rush. Rodgers going for the end zone. He's got Adams, and he's got it for the touchdown. He's been big in this half, lined up against Melvin this time. Rodgers. Pressure going deep down the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Allen Lazard.
Third down and 7. Rodgers backs up, throws. Adams, touchdown, Green Bay. Jones. He got there for the touchdown. Jones, touchdown, Packers. Pass wide open. Adams makes the catch, makes a move, sprinting for the end zone. Good catch and run by Mercedes Lewis. First and goal. Here's Aaron Jones looking for blocks. He's got a touchdown, and the Packers are on the board. Is that the start of something big? Handoff here for the touchdown for Aaron Jones. Rodgers throws, pass, caught, touchdown. It's the rookie Sternberger. And the Packers climbing back into this game.
And 1 with Aaron Jones in the backfield, and he'll pass on 2nd and 1, and he'll take a shot, and Valdes-Scantling holds it in. MVS trying to be the MVP here, 46-yard reception.
Look at Valdes-Scantling there against number 29, Rashad Melvin. Notice what he does. He releases inside, and then he stacks the DB. He stacks Melvin on his back. Now he allows the ball to come over the top. He doesn't just run wild. He's under control as a receiver, and he stacks the cornerback, now allowing Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers floats it. Adams, what a throw, what a catch. Devontae Adams down inside the 10. Third down and 8. Pass to Adams. What a throw and catch. What a play. What a time for it.
From Lano Hill, the safety, he's kind of cheating, and Amani just can't get beat outside. If he stays to the outside, he's got a little help from the safety in the middle, but he just gets beat immediately off the line of scrimmage.
They're coming after Rodgers. He's in trouble, and he throws, and it is caught by Geronimo Allison. Just as Rodgers was getting wet.
Being able to have the slingshot arm, the God-given ability to make a throw with people hanging on your feet, 20 yards down the field. Just a perfect.
Rodgers, four-man rush, gonna float it down the seam. Adams has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Packers.
Gonna stay up top on first down. Gonna go to the end zone. Turning around, and did he make the catch?
What a catch it is by Aaron Jones. What an adjustment at the end. Touchdown, Green
deep down the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Allen Lazard.
And then comes back inside and he puts it up there. Now the key is, does he complete the process of the catch into the end zone? I say yes. The ball's hitting the ground, but he's got his arm crooked around it, and you're allowed to do that if you're maintaining control. That should be a touchdown for Green Bay. They should be kicking to try and tie this game.
Just moments ago earlier here, 3rd down and 5. Rodgers same side. And this time, it's in the hands of Lazard. Incredible play.
What they did on 3rd down. Rodgers going to air it out. Davante Adams downfield. He's got it. And there's a big chunk down inside the 25 as the Packers look for life.
Well, he gets him turned around off the release, and then he's just simply able to outrun Richard Sherman. Normally, he's in more of an off coverage. He's able to stay on top of the receiver, but just an excellent release off the line of scrimmage. And Rodgers just drops it in.
Now they're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it, and it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers just put this in the perfect spot. How do you land it there?
As you're going down.
What a throw that was.
Trying to stretch it out, and then he cuts it back.
The pitch to Aaron Jones with a big hole. Look at him go. Down inside. Aaron Jones.
Getting around that angle and getting that hand up to make that block.
Jones carries and to midfield. Vikings. Aaron Jones cuts back to the middle. He's got a 1st down. Aaron Jones on 2nd down into the end zone. Aaron Jones slips one tackle and he's into the end zone for
that goes down as a reception. As this is a spinning touchdown. Pass is caught by Jones. Nice catch, but it's 2nd and 2 instead of 2nd and 10. The pass is caught. Aaron Jones, 1st down and more. 2nd and 10. Here's a flip. Aaron Jones, nice move. Hand off to Jones, nice cutback. Aaron Jones for the touchdown. Here's Jones with a big hole to run through, still going down. Hand off to Jones, he is in. Lucas Patrick still out there at center, he snaps it wide. Here's a nice cutback by Jones. Nothing out there to his.
That's why we've seen some of Trey Carson today.
Rodgers throws, sidearm, gets it out to his receiver, and there's Jones again. Hand off to Jones. Wow, will not go. Screen for Jones. Gets around Van Der Esch. Jalen Smith. Aaron Jones trying to get to the edge. He does.
With touchdowns, Cowboys just 3 points. Crossing midfield 6 times.
There's a direct snap. Jones is going to reach and get it. His 4th of the game. Handoff is to Aaron Jones.
Job with the sack of Stafford.
Jones able to get it out to the left.
2nd and 3. To Jones. Nice cut to the outside. Look at Jones with a stiff arm. Going to stay up top on 1st down. Going to go to the end zone. Turning around.
Your running back is going to come out and run a corner route, but look at the throw, his back shoulder. I mean, way back shoulder, and he turns around as if.
From the 18, toss to Jones. Conley had him for a loss. And
3 comes back the other way. A little flip to Jones, and behind a Williams block, he is able to take it to the left. Empty backfield. Rodgers deep downfield for Jones, and he makes the catch at the 25-yard line. Skirts the sideline.
Run a little slant and go. Just a little too much to ask of a middle linebacker to try and cover a back like Jones down the field, who is really proving to be a tremendous receiver. A great catch in that one a week ago.
2nd down and 2. Little flip here to Jones, gets a block, and Jones out in front. They're trying to chase him down. He's inside the 10, and Jones down the sideline. 3rd down and 5. Instead, he's going to throw it. He's going to throw for a first down, and that will write a finish.
Believe the way they just really.
They ran right through him, didn't they?
Dent Jones slips through it.
He gets it. He carries it in for the touchdown. And off here, Aaron Jones. Down at the 20.
Gain that trust.
Here's Jones, cuts back, touch. Their pass to run ratio is right now one more run than
And they begin here with Jones banging into his own man, and then watch 3 receivers to the left. With the ball here, Jones trying to swing around the corner.
Something, isn't it?
That's a nice little run right there. It looked like it's a fullback at 2nd down and 7. Nice hole there, but that closes quickly.
The thing about this Giants defense today, as Jones slips it
7. Here's Jones on the handoff, and time Pro Bowler, still going strong. Hands it off to Jones. 2nd down and 6. It's Jones on the toss. First down inside the 50. Packers go back to work from their 12-yard line. It's Aaron Jones up the middle, across the 30, and still going into Redskins territory. This game on the toss, it's Jones, cuts to the outside, across midfield, and still going. Team. Rodgers from the end zone, fires downfield.
For release, he's going to throw him the football.
10th play of his drive, it is Jones.
Try to get him going, and he's got a seam. Aaron Jones still on his feet. Jones all the way in. He's going to give it to Jones. He's in.
Jones on a good wham block that time by the tight end. Jones to the left side, inside the 5 and into the end zone. 6. Jones, look at that balance. Aaron Jones, see ya.
You have Marquez Valdez-Scantling open the hole. Anytime you get a long run by a running back, usually a receiver makes a good block. Lazard's been making a lot of.
First down. Here's Jones, makes a nice move and a big run for Aaron Jones. He'll do it again. Jones, good spin move. Oh, look at that run today. Pressure right away on Rodgers, and just gets rid of it to Jones, who's got a seam. Aaron Jones into field goal range and more.
hand off to start the day. Jones up on this possession. Here's Jones, nice cut. Jones, touchdown. Here's a toss. Aaron Jones running right, cuts back.
Not much to show for the completions.
Hand off here to Aaron Jones. Nice already at the 49ers 41, and a toss to Jones. Nice cutback. First and goal. Here's Aaron Jones looking for blocks. He's got a touchdown. Aaron Jones had to reach for that pass. Great catch.
2nd and 5. Play fake, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Be 3rd down and 5. 25-yard line. Chicago will start this drive on the ground, and Montgomery breaking a tackle at first, but then gets swallowed up. Ball at the 19. And Trubisky is going to get taken down short of the first down, so he can't get out of the backfield. 4th and 8. Trubisky. And he's going to get sacked. Preston Smith comes in, and that really puts an exclamation point on a tremendous Packer defensive performance.
Loop back around to the inside and come up with this sack. But on the prior play, it was Darius Smith.
Top of your screen, the running back to the receiver spot. That's Thielen in the slot for Cousins, who's protected for a moment and intercepted. It's Preston Smith. Bounced out of the hands of the Viking receiver, and Preston Smith comes up with the takeaway.
The pass rush element of this play, but he's going to drop off and just kind of feels the middle of the field right there. I don't know.
Try and put heat on Cousins. He fakes one way, and Cook has it the other way with blockers. Is it enough for look at the speed of Cook getting up near the first down. On 3rd and 10, Flacco has time. Can't find anybody, and he's going to go down. Well, he had time to get rid of it, but Preston Smith. Flacco on first down, and ball comes out, and that's a fumbled football. And it's still fumbled. The Broncos were on it. Now the Packers have it.
And here comes Preston Smith. He's going to have the pressure. He knocks it loose before that hand comes forward. There's your fumble right there.
And it is first down. Quick snap. Freeman carries. And Flacco alertly got that team up in a hurry to get the snap because it looked like there might have been a challenge on that catch for a first down. Pressure coming. Flacco gets rid of it. Royce Freeman has it. They're going to call him down.
Killed a lot of drives, and here at midfield, this is a difference in coming away with points and having a punt.
Prescott is wrapped up and brought down. Preston Smith.
Expecting us all to be on one page for this game, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll say. Here's one batted into the air as it was tipped by Preston Smith right on cue.
And as Stafford was coming back, looking seemingly to hand off to Johnson, you saw him bump, it appeared, with the fullback. Instead, it's Johnson trying to go up and over, and then a fight for it, as he is going to be.
Let's take a look at the Packers. They're showing blitz up here with one safety back deep. Do they come or do they bail out?
3rd down and 9. They pick up the pressure, but they can't on the edge. As Preston Smith.
55 and 91. 55 is Zadarius Smith, is that defensive tackle. 91 at end. And here he comes.
Taking him down. Preston Smith.
First and goal. They fire it here.
One-on-one with Hill.
Delay. Give it to Williams. He's done the bulk of the ball carrying on this drive.
It's less when you actually have points on the board.
First and 15. Once again, they come around the edges. It was, once again, Preston Smith.
One of the Smith brothers, a one-on-one matchup up front.
Rivers has Henry. Well short of the first. Williams on the tackle.
If not a first down.
3rd down and 7. How about a sack? Preston Smith. And down is Allen, sacked by Preston Smith. 18th play of this drive, and they do run it. And they do not get it. The clock expires. And the Green Bay Packers.
And once in a while, he'll throw Jeff Wilson into the backfield as well. As Garoppolo, look out, turned around. And right there was one Zadarius.
His teammate at Ohio State, Terry McLaurin. 3rd down and 7. Haskins wrapped up. Down he goes. Back at the 47-yard line, it is Preston Smith.
Bears going quickly again. They've tried to employ this so far today on a 3rd down. And Montgomery trying to get to the edge, and that's not going to work. Absolutely swarmed by Preston Smith. Moving.
Vikings desperate here to find something. Cousins is taken down again.
So the Lions really short-handed at wide receiver. Blau with pressure in his face, knocked away. That was Preston Smith making his presence felt, and here comes 3rd down.
Word from the sideline is King is fine after getting the medical attention. Russell Wilson is able to get back near the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith was there for Green Bay.
At the bottom, but still, there's room to work if you trust Metcalf.
3rd down and 5. Russell Wilson is sacked by Preston Smith. It's more of what you talk about, Troy, with his keen eye for talent. 8th time in NFL history a running back has gone over 200 yards in a postseason game on the ground. Is the handoff to Mostert here, brought down by Preston Smith.
I want to start this breakdown by watching Aaron Rodgers, the maestro, go to work against the 49ers. He sends Aaron Jones out, and number 20 for the 49ers, Jimmy Ward, goes with him. Man coverage. Now Aaron Rodgers gets what he wants. Now he points right here to Davante Adams, his favorite target, his most trusted receiver. He's telling him right now, come and get it. It's all yours. Just follow David Bakhtiari into the end zone for an easy touchdown. I say this because Davante Adams in 2014 was the 9th wide receiver taken in the NFL draft. A draft that included Sammy Watkins and Mike Evans and OBJ and Brandon Cooks. But maybe nobody has improved more than Davante Adams since 2014. So I say this in a wide receiver heavy draft. It doesn't matter where you get drafted. Davante Adams ran a 4.56 40 at the combine at 6'1", 212 pounds. But he led the nation at Fresno State his last year with 131 catches and 24 touchdowns. But it's about what you do next. Here, Richard Sherman wants to guard him. Bad. Rodgers sends him in motion. He can't get there, so Fred Warner gets out front, and he follows David Bakhtiari into the end zone. This is about the development and the evolution of Davante Adams, a guy that caught 38 passes his rookie year from Aaron Rodgers. 38 passes into a guy 2 years ago that caught 111 and 13 touchdowns. This is about player development. Let's watch him in the bunch formation at the top on this crossing route. Him and Alan Lazard, number 13, crossing right here in the middle with Mercedes Lewis. It's a good route against man or zone, but Davante Adams recognizes the zone right here, and he sits right down to 2-yard line. And a blink later, Aaron Rodgers fed him. To this young class of receivers that are getting a lot of attention, can you recognize the man versus zone on the road in a driving rainstorm to score? How about this? Can you do it in the snow? Watch him on the outside here turn Sam Beal around with this head and shoulder fake to the outside. Watch him stem number 23 to the outside. Now watch 23's reaction. Sam Beal on that stem. Watch what he does. He's looking. Aaron Rodgers is throwing to an open Davante Adams. But it's not over yet. Now go play low post basketball because you know the free safety is coming. Antoine Bethea. Protect the ball. Take the touchdown. In the snow. Anybody doing that yet so far? How about this? How about when it's 4th and 4 in week 15 against the Chicago Bears for first place in the division? 4th and 4 opening drive of the game. Davante Adams in the slot up at the top against Buster Skrine. There's only one place Aaron Rodgers is going with this ball. He's going to his favorite player. And he's trusting that he's going to win on 4th and 4. To Aaron Rodgers and to Davante Adams, it's nothing more than a handoff. But Davante Adams knows that Aaron Rodgers trusts him. He trusts him so much right here that he's going to make sure he gets 2 hands on the ball. Nothing pretty, nothing fancy. 2 hands on the ball and finish in the paint. And put your Packers on top 7-0 and never look back. And go on and win the NFC North. Can any of these players, will any of these players develop into that type of trust? How about this in week 17 against the Lions, down 17-3. Third quarter, Davante Adams at the bottom in the slot. Watch Aaron Rodgers go to work here. He's reading the Detroit Lion mail. He's getting their email right now. You know what he's doing? He's reading the coverage. 2 deep, man under. Safety over the top's not going to let Davante Adams get to the end zone. But watch what Davante Adams does to win here. 2 deep, man under. Man underneath, forces him inside. He knows he's got help. Safety over the top. He drives like he's running the deep over. He drives like he's going to run the over, and then he comes back out, and he's wide open. And the maestro gets him the ball, and the Packers are back in the game. The Chiefs' heads at Ford Field are standing on their heads. If you get to the postseason, opening drive of the game, Davante Adams on the outside at the bottom. 3 wide receivers set to the wide side of the field. Aaron Rodgers taking charge. Aaron Jones, get over here. I need you in protection. In case number 90 there in the middle, Jadeveon Clowney blitzes. These are all the things that you have to learn. Now, Aaron Rodgers put this play in on Wednesday. How many times did you rep it? It's man coverage. So here comes the switch route, right? No. You sell the switch and then you bounce outside. and Seattle gets all confused. You break the pattern. Can you learn that on Wednesday and execute it on Sunday when it matters most? In January, when it really counts. How about this one? When you're up and you're trying to finish the game, you're up 21-6. It's 2nd and 6. To Green Bay here, all they're doing on this short motion by Davante Adams is tightening the split. 3 tight ends. It's a run all the way, except it's not a run. Packers getting aggressive. Here's Trey Flowers covering it. Safety over the top. Sell the over route. Sell the over. And then bring it back outside. Now, Aaron Rodgers gets you the ball. 4.56 40. Yeah. Take the right angle. Use your speed. Use your strength. Take the right angle. Now you can strike up the band. Now you can pick up the hymn books. Now you can get your celebration on. Yeah, it's taken 6 years. Davante Adams is that guy. Or how about later in the game when Seattle mounts a comeback? 3rd and 8. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the game. Seattle down 28-23. They need a stop. Everybody at Lambeau Field knows that the man with the golden slippers, Tay Adams, is getting the ball. Let's watch him go to work here. Only one place Aaron Rodgers is going. He's going with the spray fade right here. Little dance, a little separation. Can you finish the game out when you need it most? How dependable will you become? How quickly can you develop that trust in your quarterback the way Davante Adams has earned the trust of Aaron Rodgers? How about when you're getting smoked in a playoff game in the 4th quarter down 34-13? You just need a play, anything, and you're going up against Richard Sherman, one of the best in the business. He's going to try and jam you at the bottom. You take a good release and you turn him around. Not just turn him, but you stack him. You stack him, and then you track it. Stack him and track it for 65 yards. And give every Packer fan in the world a little bit of hope on a day when the 49ers run game is running you right out of Levi Field. And so I show you this last throw by Aaron Rodgers. And to all the guys out there, CD and Judy and Ruggs and Jefferson and Ayuk and Laviska and Higgins and Hamler and Denzel Mims and Pittman and all the rest. When it matters most in the championship game, can you stack the best in the business, track it, and be this dependable the way Davante Adams has? Just put him in the Pro Bowl next year and the year after. From the 53rd player in the draft in 2014 to the most dependable and reliable player in Aaron Rodgers' offense. I just say this, guys. It's all just starting. But who's going to develop and be that guy?
Should be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 10. Trubisky to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. It's Adrian Amos who comes back to haunt his old team.
Top of your screen, the running back to the receiver spot. That's Thielen in the slot for Cousins, who's protected for a moment and intercepted. It's Preston Smith. Bounced out of the hands of the Viking receiver, and Preston Smith comes up with the takeaway. Cousins wanted Thielen. Throws a Hail Mary. Kevin King, did he come up with it?
Kind of powered through this area of the field that gave him troubles.
Flacco to throw. And intercepted by Savage.
This defense has had playing the run.
Play action. Prescott steps into it. Cooper off his hands and into the arms of Jair Alexander. Alexander on a big return for the Green Bay Packers into Dallas territory, and what a big play by this defense.
But it's one of the reasons why they've had to go to so many defensive backs against some of these running personnel.
They fake it to Elliott, and now Prescott throws and he's picked. Intercepted by Sullivan. 2nd of the game, and another takeaway for this Packer defense.
He's got a lot of opinions.
On 1st down, 4-man rush. Prescott protected, fires a pick. King. Pass was behind Gallup, and another takeaway by this Packer defense.
Punted only once. In the middle.
the interception. End zone pick.
And he said he didn't know who the best one was.
That's right. I talked to Jordan Palmer. He said he may be the best of all of them.
On 2nd and 10. End zone picked off on a deflection by Tramon Williams.
20.5 sacks between those two.
And now they're coming after Jones again. He steps up in the pocket, and it's intercepted by King. And it's brought back to the Green Bay 45-yard line.
Daniel had two hands on the ball when he tried to hand it off.
I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
I get it.
I don't get it at all.
There's a miss.
And there's a miss indeed, and it's intercepted. And racing back the other way is Darnell Savage. Eli's not all that interested, and not in a negative way or any shape or form, to tell him about when he had this game and when he had that game, and there's another interception. This one by Tramon Williams, the ageless one.
Haskins on 2nd down. He throws, and it is picked off. Intercepted by Adrian Amos.
Should be the final play of the half. 7-3 Packers. Trubisky gonna run into it and gonna throw it as far as he could take him. It's gonna come up short, and it's gonna be intercepted actually by Jair Alexander. They're gonna lateral it, try to get something crazy going. Here's King. Might as well bring out the Cal band while we're at it. Keep it going. Nothing to lose. Now that's 2nd down. 4-man rush. And, it is intercepted. What a play! Dean Lowry. The defensive lineman got his big old mitts on it and didn't let it go.
Here's the play action boot. Time to crank it up downfield and intercepted. Kevin King weaving his way back on the return.
2nd and 17. Pressure from Zadarius Smith again. Blau sidestep, stands in, going deep down the field. It's intercepted by Martinez. Blake Martinez has it. Running across to the 45.
Trubisky, who started 0 for 2 under pressure, and there's Martinez busting through. Blake Martinez. Pretty interesting graphic just popped up, and Trubisky goes down. All season long in the 16 games, they were penalized. Rams with Sean McVay coming in, and they handed the defense over to Wade Phillips, and that's worked out well. Trubisky rolling away from pressure, and he'll go out of bounds to stop the clock. And it's going to be 3rd down and long. Ball at the 19. And Trubisky is going to get taken down short of the first down, so he can't get out of the backfield. 4th and 8. Trubisky. And he's going to get sacked. Preston Smith comes in, and that really puts an exclamation point on a tremendous Packer defensive performance.
The ball's out, and he's sacked. On 3rd and 10, Flacco has time. Can't find anybody, and he's going to go down. Well, he had time to get rid of it, but Preston Smith. Flacco goes down. Zadarius Smith, and a flag down inside the 5-yard line. Flacco on 1st down, and ball comes out, and that's a fumbled football. And it's still fumbled. The Broncos were on it. Now the Packers have it. Roll has come in for Smith as Flacco sets to throw, hesitates, and he's sacked. There is Gary right on cue. Pressure coming. Flacco gets rid of it. Royce Freeman has it. They're going to call him down. Meanwhile, the Packers with 8 takeaways through 3 games. And you can tack on another sack. Za'Darius Smith.
And a sack, which moves Dallas out of field goal range. Za'Darius Smith
killed a lot of drives, and here at midfield, this is the difference in coming away with points and having a punt.
Prescott is wrapped up and brought down. Preston Smith. Prescott tripped up and brought down, and there's Za'Darius Smith again.
They only bring 4. Stafford steps up. 4 was plenty. That was Za'Darius Smith, his 6th of the year.
Let's take a look at the Packers. They're showing blitz up here with 1 safety back deep. Do they come or do they bail out?
3rd down and 9. They pick up the pressure, but they can't on the edge. As Preston Smith.
55 and 91. 55 is Za'Darius Smith is a defensive tackle. 91 at end. And here he comes.
Taking him down. Preston Smith.
And then they begin the second quarter from the 48-yard line. Moore will get taken down at the 41-yard line. Za'Darius Smith.
Pretty much a marvel to watch in practice. He never slows down.
I asked him if he had Olympic aspirations at some point. He said, I still do. Moore escapes, but not for long. It's sacked back to the 40-yard line.
2nd and goal. Look into the end zone. Stepping up now. Pressure from behind. And they got him. There's the sack at the 11.
To us when you actually have points on the board.
1st and 15. Once again, they come around the edges. It was, once again, Preston Smith.
If not a first down.
3rd down and 7. How about a sack? Preston Smith.
Even broadcast on his bye week.
That's right, in his 13th year. Allen, flag is down, and so is Kyle Allen. And down is Allen, sacked by Preston Smith.
Great free agent pickups for years. The Packers did not sign free agents under Ted Thompson. Different story now. Garoppolo's going to go down. That time it is Blake Martinez tonight. 2nd down and 20. Garoppolo under pressure. Za'Darius Smith is there. And once in a while he'll throw Jeff Wilson into the backfield as well. As Garoppolo, look out, turned around. And right there was one Za'Darius.
And they hurry it up to the line of scrimmage after that 43-yard gain. Confusion there. It looked like he was expecting to hand it off to Barkley. And then Jones is just smothered.
3rd down and 9. Redskins must get to the 35-yard line. Haskins in trouble, wrapped up. Down he goes. Kenny Clark along with Za'Darius Smith. And the 3 rookie wideouts. Haskins wrapped up, sacked for the 2nd time. It's Adrian Amos, the former Chicago Bear. His teammate at Ohio State, Terry McLaurin. 3rd down and 7. Haskins wrapped up, down he goes. Back at the 47-yard line, it is Preston Smith.
In these type of situations, he'll be a very valuable asset for this offense.
Haskins is sacked. Blake Martinez. Now 3rd down and 10. They need the 35 for a first down as Haskins is sacked for the 4th time today.
On 2nd down, 4-man rush and pressure, and down he goes. My goodness, Kenny Clark, what a start for this one.
He said, no one's had my back like my head coach.
Trubisky. Pressure coming, and down he goes. 2nd sack of the day for Green Bay. It's Rashawn Gary, the rookie.
The throw to Anthony Miller.
Trubisky rolls out. Looking, nothing there. Now he's just going to step out of bounds. Kenny Clark was in pursuit. And
Boone also with a third.
Cousins on 2nd and 6. Zadarius Smith. The beat goes on. Motions out. 3-man rush, and still they get to him, and it's Zadarius Smith. What a night he's having.
Inside all night long.
3rd and 8, trying to stay on the field right here. Cousins taken down. Kenny Clark.
Play call, get it snapped, get it moving.
Vikings desperate here to find something. Cousins is taken down again. Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith converging. 4th sack of the night. A guy who was number 3 in the NFL with over 1,600 yards from scrimmage. My goodness. Again, he's taken down. And again, it's Zadarius Smith.
Blitz, it's picked up. Blau pressured by Smith, and he holds on, but he's sacked. Nearly a strip sack fumble, but Martinez came in to clean it up.
Wilson pulls it down, takes off. Got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up. Zadarius Smith made that tackle. Here's Wilson ducking the rush for a moment, but then brought down, and it's Zadarius Smith again. 2nd down and 6. Clark can't bring down Russell Wilson until now. Word from the sideline is King is fine after getting the medical attention. Russell Wilson is able to get back near the line of scrimmage. Preston Smith was there for Green Bay.
At the bottom, but still, there's room to work if you trust Metcalf.
3rd down and 5. Russell Wilson is sacked by Preston Smith. Third down and 6. Garoppolo out to his right, gets dragged down by Fackrell. Big play by this Packer defense.
Pretty interesting graphic just popped up, and Trubisky goes down. All season long in the 16 games, they were penalized.
Alexander Madison, the rookie from Boise State, is in at running back, and he gets the pitch. And hit hard as he got to the 30 by Martinez. He needs more than a Hail Mary. He might need a full of grace. They're going to try the lateral. Thielen to Diggs. He's going to flip it back. And the Packers have wrapped this up. Tramon Williams rolls over that one. Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur, fast start, and they hold on against their division rivals. Flacco goes down. Zadarius Smith, and a flag down inside the 5-yard line. Meanwhile, the Packers with 8 takeaways through 3 games. And you can tack on another sack. Zadarius Smith.
And a sack, which moves Dallas out of field goal range. Zadarius Smith. Prescott tripped up and brought down, and there's Zadarius Smith again.
That's Zadarius Smith. He comes off the edge, and Prescott trying to hang in there.
Wouldn't be surprised if we get a play action pass here.
Instead, it's Johnson trying to go up and over, and then a fight for it, as he is going to be down just short of the goal line. They only bring 4. Stafford steps up. 4 was plenty. That was Zadarius Smith, his 6th of the year.
Final seconds of the 3rd quarter. No gain this time. The Raiders' touchdown in this quarter was the first time they scored a touchdown in the 3rd all year.
And then they begin the second quarter from the 48-yard line. Moore will get taken down at the 41-yard line. Za'Darius Smith.
Pretty much a marvel to watch in practice. He never slows down.
I asked him if he had Olympic aspirations at some point. He said, I still do. Moore escapes, but not for long. Gets sacked back to the 40-yard line.
Second and goal. Look into the end zone. Stepping up now, pressure from behind. And they got him. There's the sack at the 11.
Everyone's covered, so you're like, go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Smith makes you move, and then just the relentless effort to get there in Lancaster. Ball, obviously, I'm taking a chance at a hold.
There it is.
So I can get a
Eckler brought down at the line of scrimmage.
I think that may have just been a play-action pass.
Fumble, and the ball comes all the way back and is recovered. A lucky break for the 49ers. Third down, 18. Little flip out here to George Kittle, coming back from missing a couple of games with knee and ankle injuries tonight. Second down and 20. Garoppolo under pressure. Za'Darius Smith is there. Second time that Garoppolo has gone down. Third down and 30 now, and they'll just seek some more breathing room here.
49ers running backs.
And once in a while he'll throw Jeff Wilson into the backfield as well. As Garoppolo, look out, turned around, and right there was one Za'Darius.
They run it third down and a long yard. The answer is yes, and they give it to the fullback, Eli Penny. And it doesn't look like he got there. And they hurry it up to the line of scrimmage after that 43-yard gain. Confusion there. It looked like he was expecting to hand it off to Barkley. And then Jones is just smothered. Smith was shaken up, and he told Gary, the rookie out of Michigan, to just get on back to the sideline. I'm staying in the game, and that ball bobbled. And there's a play you wonder, Chris, and it seems like we say this every single week.
Be a prognosticator, Kenny. What are they going to do here? Run it?
Yes, they will. Ball comes loose. And Peterson able to fall on it.
Give Washington credit not panicking here, trying to get back involved.
10th play of this drive as Haskins did not hand it off, and he's down at the 36.
Well, Mike Boone not going anywhere. Za'Darius Smith.
Boone also with a third.
Cousins on 2nd and 6. Za'Darius Smith. The beat goes on. 2nd and 3. Boone again. And once again, it's Za'Darius Smith. He's been living in the offensive backfield. Motions out. 3-man rush, and still they get to him, and it's Za'Darius Smith. What a night he's having.
Play call, get it snapped, get it moving.
Vikings desperate here to find something. Cousins is taken down again. Za'Darius Smith and Preston Smith converging. 4th sack of the night. A guy who was number 3 in the NFL with over 1,600 yards from scrimmage. My goodness. Again, he's taken down. And again, it's Za'Darius Smith.
Clark, number 97, in the middle of their defense, holding things down.
Little flip to Bo Scarborough, and he is stacked up. Nowhere to go. Scarborough is going to lose 3 yards on the play. Za'Darius Smith was there, and so was Tramon Williams.
Wilson pulls it down, takes off. Got back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up. Za'Darius Smith made that tackle. Here's Wilson ducking the rush for a moment, but then brought down, and it's Za'Darius Smith again. 15 points a game allowed over the last 6. Coleman gets wrapped up in the backfield. Did not get the first down. Play made by Za'Darius Smith. He wasn't alone. And no gain on the play. Mostert. Za'Darius Smith. No gain.
Yeah, screw it up was a euphemism.
Yes, it was.
Second down and 10 to the outside. The pass is caught. Rodgers with his first completion to Adams, and it's Kyle Fuller making the tackle from the 19-yard line. Collects a first down here, and breaking a tackle is Davante Adams, and he's going to move Adams to the left. Rodgers dancing, throwing, and it's caught, and that's going to be a first down. So he shifted Adams around, and Jamal Williams comes in. Second down and 8, and the pass is caught, and that's another first down. It's Davante Adams.
Rodgers to throw. It has all day, and wide open. He's got it. It's Davante Adams. They need 5. Rodgers throw. It's a first down inside the 20. Davante Adams again. The big plays are going to Davante Adams. On 3rd and 4, quick toss, open. Davante Adams goes out of bounds, but it's first and goal Packers. Rodgers has it on the move to Davante Adams inside the 20. Running back winds up. Rodgers goes in front of that, and it's a first down catch, Davante Adams. He's going to throw it. And the catch by Adams across the 45, showing great hands. On second down 6, Rodgers to throw, and does for a first down to Davante Adams, who started the game with a big catch.
They sustain it.
Quickly to the line. Rodgers throwing. Davante Adams, a first down across the 35-yard line. 12-yard run, 15-yard penalty. Rodgers from midfield. And Davante Adams turned at the right time inside the 30-yard line of Denver.
Back to work, Rodgers. Quick throw. That's Adams. Davante Adams. Rodgers floats it. Adams, what a throw. What a catch. Davante Adams down inside the 10.
Perfectly thrown ball. Aaron Rodgers, there was no doubt where he was going with the ball. As soon as he got it from, it was a nice job of rallying and
here's
making a play.
Free play. Pass is caught. Adams spins down the sideline. High stepping down near the 35. Play action from Rodgers. Sideline. Davante Adams. What a catch!
Oh, man. But a great job up front. They do max protection. They give him a good pocket, but that was all.
From the end zone, Adams wide open. On 2nd and 26, Rodgers to Davante Adams.
Apparently not tonight. Second down and goal. Little toss here to Davante Adams, and he will take it into the end zone. Bakhtiari through the block there, so they finally get in.
Yeah, do you go for 2 here now? I think you do.
First touchdown of the year for Adams.
Work for them in this game. We have an amped up defensive line really pursuing, so you just try to take advantage of that. Just get them going side.
They don't make it. It's a 3-possession game. So a big 2-point conversion, and open is Adams. So they convert. 2-point conversion. Adams all 8 points.
To 30% touches.
That's Williams in the backfield again, and they're looking that way. Now Rodgers steps up, delivers a strike to Davante Adams, and a touchdown for Green Bay. Back-to-back games, touchdown receptions for the great Davante Adams.
You sit it down and have faith and confidence that the guy that sees the field better than anyone ready to go.
Aaron Rodgers on 3rd down and goal to the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Davante Adams.
There is a flag on the field at the far 5-yard line, but that's because the Giant defenders had too many men on the field. And Aaron Rodgers looked at the confused sidelines of the Giants and of course, what he's always done his whole career.
Rodgers, four-man rush, gonna float it down the seam. Adams has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Packers.
Didn't bump him. Adams free release off the line of scrimmage, ball right over the top of Screen's head. And the initial touch.
On second down, it's a fake for Rodgers, who fires over the middle. It's caught by Davante Adams with room to run. Adams finally taken down inside the 40 by Clinton Dix, but a big gain of 34.
Like there's only so much you can ask of them when this offense is coming up this short tonight. 2nd and 8. Rodgers in rhythm on the in-cutting route and gets it complete to Davante Adams.
2 minutes to go first half. Packers down by 14. Rodgers going deep. He's got Adams open, and he hits him in stride. Davante Adams in stride from Aaron Rodgers all the way down to the 30. Four-man rush. Rodgers going for the end zone. He's got Adams, and he's got it for the touchdown.
But that type of route takes time. You can't just call that one and do it on a 3-step drop. Offensive line, running backs, tight ends got involved.
3rd down and 7. Rodgers backs up, throws. Adams, touchdown, Green Bay.
Davante Adams starts like he's going to run the slant, and Seattle gets caught.
Leading after 1. Rodgers fakes it, throws it. Adams, he's been busy. Big play again into Seattle territory. Pass wide open. Adams makes the catch, makes a move, sprinting for the end zone.
Out by Matt LaFleur. Watch the action by Aaron Rodgers. He's going to act as though he's going to roll out, then to his right. And you're expecting Davante Adams to continue on the move on the deep crosser. But instead, he puts his foot in the ground.
3rd down and 8. Pass to Adams. What a throw and catch. What a play. What a time for it. Edmonds been to 2. He's 1-1 with the Seahawks trying to get back to another Super Bowl. 2nd down and 10. Nice catch. One-handed grab by Adams, who leaps for the 1st down. What a difference from a week ago against Seattle. And what they did on 3rd down. Rodgers going to air it out. Davante Adams downfield. He's got it. And there's a big chunk down inside the 25 as the Packers look for life.
Sherman, normally he's in more of an off coverage. He's able to stay on top of the receiver.
4th down and 13. Pass is caught. Hope continues for the Packers for the moment as Davante Adams makes the grab.
14-14. Davante Adams going to pass it downfield, and he gets it to Kenny Golladay. So a trick play to start this drive for the NFC. Easily the most of any player in NFL history in the first 4 seasons of their career. Cousins to the end zone, and it is Davante Adams with the touchdown. So divisional rivals connecting to give the NFC the lead. Touchdown catch for Davante Adams.
Nice accurate throw.
Start of the 4th quarter here. 31-27 AFC. Kirk Cousins to Adams again. Alternative to the onside kick could be employed here if they score. Here's Cousins. And Adams will get his way in for the touchdown. So a 4-yard touchdown.
Yeah, let's see if the ball broke the plane.
Yes, sir. Up to the PA.
Trubisky, who started 0 for 2 under pressure, and there's Martinez busting through. Blake Martinez. Pretty interesting graphic just popped up, and Trubisky goes down. All season long in the 16 games, they were penalized. Rams with Sean McVay coming in, and they handed the defense over to Wade Phillips, and that's worked out well. Trubisky rolling away from pressure, and he'll go out of bounds to stop the clock. But it's going to be 3rd down and long. All within the 18. And Trubisky is going to get taken down short of the first down, so he can't get out of the backfield. Should be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 10. Trubisky to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. It's Adrian Amos who comes back to haunt his old team.
The blitz, he gets out of it. Cousins, can he run for the first down? And he does. Up to the 40. The ball comes out as he slid toward the 40. Did not hear a whistle ruling him down, but the quarterback, there's the old rule about giving yourself up or fighting for extra yardage. The ball's out, and he's sacked. Top of your screen, the running back to the receiver spot. That's Thielen in the slot for Cousins, who's protected for a moment and intercepted. It's Preston Smith. Bounced out of the hands of the Viking receiver, and Preston Smith comes up with the takeaway. The extra point is not good. Cousins wanted Thielen. Throws a Hail Mary. Kevin King, did he come up with it?
Is Stephon Diggs coming across? He looks open right there, but because Kirk Cousins is drifting back and he lobs the ball up, I mean, there's 3 defenders around Stephon Diggs.
And you had a first down.
You've been running the ball all the way down the field. There's no reason.
It was a desperation throw at a time when you just didn't need to be desperate, and it certainly looks like Kevin King came up with that interception, but they're going to review it as they do all.
Now let's see, he goes to the ground, right? So he's got to maintain all the way through the process of the catch.
Diggs is playing defense there. Does the ball come out?
It comes out at the very end, but is that secondary act? Because it looked like it was B.J. Goodson coming over the top and knees it out.
Wow.
So watch as he goes to the ground.
He needs more than a Hail Mary. He might need a full of grace. They're going to try the lateral. Thielen to Diggs. He's going to flip it back. And the Packers have wrapped this up. Tramon Williams rolls over that one. Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur, fast start, and they hold on against their division rivals. Flacco on first down, and ball comes out, and that's a fumbled football. And it's still fumbled. The Broncos were on it. Now the Packers have it. On 3rd and 2, it's only a 3-man rush, and open for a first down is Noah Fant. Ball taken away, and there's no ruling that Fant was down. Jair Alexander took the ball out of the hands of the rookie Noah Fant.
Kind of powered through this area of the field that gave him troubles.
Flacco to throw. And intercepted by Savage.
This defense has had playing the run.
Play action. Prescott steps into it. Cooper off his hands and into the arms of Jair Alexander. Alexander on a big return for the Green Bay Packers into Dallas territory, and what a big play by this defense. Off the arms, the hands of Cooper, and Alexander there for the pack. Early takeaway for Green Bay.
But it's one of the reasons why they've had to go to so many defensive backs against some of these running personnel.
They fake it to Elliott. And now Prescott throws and he's picked. Intercepted by Sullivan. Second of the game and another takeaway for this Packer defense.
He's got a lot of opinions.
On first down, four-man rush. Prescott protected, fires a pick. King. Pass was behind Gallup. And another takeaway by this Packer defense.
Punted only once. In the middle, and there's the interception. End zone pick.
In to make the presentation tonight. All right, they start from the 25-yard line. Look out, the ball is out. The ball is out, and the Green Bay Packers are going to have it.
Second down and one. And this ball is on the ground, and now the pileup. And the indication is it belongs to the Packers. And it does. And he said he didn't know who the best one was.
That's right. I talked to Jordan Palmer. He said he may be the best of all of them.
On 2nd and 10. End zone picked off on a deflection by Tramon Williams.
This was not a good decision by Kyle Allen. Should have been intercepted right there by Adrian Amos. And that's the guy who Allen just never saw. And he almost got away with it. But then Tramon Williams there to finish it off.
Big turnover.
20.5 sacks between those two.
And now they're coming after Jones again. He steps up in the pocket, and it's intercepted by King. And it's brought back to the Green Bay 45-yard line.
Daniel had two hands on the ball when he tried to hand it off.
I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
I get it.
I don't get it at all.
There's a miss.
And there's a miss indeed, and it's intercepted. And racing back the other way is Darnell Savage. Eli's not all that interested, and not in a negative way or any shape or form, to tell him about when he had this game and when he had that game, and there's another interception. This one by Tramon Williams, the ageless one.
In these type of situations, he'll be a very valuable asset for this offense.
Haskins is sacked. Blake Martinez. Haskins on 2nd down. He throws, and it is picked off. Intercepted by Adrian Amos.
Should be the final play of the half. 7-3 Packers. Trubisky gonna run into it and gonna throw it as far as he could take him. It's gonna come up short, and it's gonna be intercepted actually by Jair Alexander. They're gonna lateral it, try to get something crazy going. Here's King. Might as well bring out the Cal band while we're at it. Keep it going. Nothing to lose. Now that's 2nd down. 4-man rush. And, it is intercepted. What a play. Dean Lowry. The defensive lineman got his big old mitts on it and didn't let it go. They just set it up to Cohen, looking for some blockers. Tariq Cohen. Now he's going to throw it backwards. Ball is dropped. Coming up to get it is Trubisky. Making moves. Still on his feet. This play is still going. Horsted's got it. Ball is loose on the ground. And it is going to be it. Ball game. The Bears made it interesting, but the Packers will hang on and win it here at Lambeau.
Here's the play action boot. Time to crank it up downfield and intercepted. Kevin King weaving his way back on the return. Just when they found a little bit of rhythm, Kevin King with the pick.
2nd and 17. Pressure from Zadarius Smith again. Blau sidestep, stands in, going deep down the field. It's intercepted by Martinez. Blake Martinez has it. Running across to the 45.
I know you guys said you liked the plan last night going in. The first loss to them, you said it was execution. Did it feel kind of like the same thing last night?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's just with a team like that, can't get off to a slow start. We just got behind too soon, too fast, and just dug a too big of a hole to dig ourselves out of. So, I'm still happy of the fight that we put up in the second half, especially. We gave ourselves a chance, and I think we left it all out there.
What's the biggest thing you learned this year?
The biggest thing I learned is just to be able to handle adversity. The NFL, it's a whole new ball game as far as football, and just be able to stick with it and know that at any point, any time in the game, you can still win it.
It's been a long year, and a lot of mental and physical stress, and just take a couple weeks here, get the mind and body right, and start going into off-season mode and preparing for another one, regardless of what the situation holds.
How's the body feel?
It feels all right. It's again, it's been a long year, and it's. I was prepared for another game. I definitely had another one in me, but I'll make sure just to evaluate all those things and just rest the mind, get out, hopefully go swing the golf club a little bit, maybe go hunting and fishing, and just kind of clear the mind and kind of reset into an off-season mode.
How would you evaluate what LaFleur has been able to do just in his first season?
We went 13-3 and won a home playoff game and had a chance to go to a Super Bowl. But he was just consistent from the moment he got here. Just gave this team to the players. Allowed us to really come together and have good chemistry through the off season, and he created a lot of situations for us to compete, but also really come together as a team. And I'm really proud of the way he handled every day and how he approached every day he came in.
When you look back at this team, what will you maybe cherish the most?
Obviously, we added a lot of new people to the locker room, a lot of new faces, and unfortunately, some long-time teammates aren't here this year. But so that kind of the camaraderie that this team had, starting last April, and what we were able to build, in such a short period of time, with a lot of new pieces, will always be special. I mean, this locker room, the way guys just played for each other, and like I said, came together so quickly, and the chemistry that we had, I'll definitely remember this team, forever.
What's the emotions like the day after? Probably the most disappointing loss of the season for you.
Honestly, whether we lost the game like we did yesterday or we lost the game by 2 points, it's all going to feel the same once you get into the postseason. The goal is to go to the Super Bowl and win the championship, and once you fall short of that, it's all going to feel the same in the morning. So to win 14 games, it's no small feat, no matter what level you're at. We got a lot to be proud of, but at the same time, the standard will be different next year. It's not going to be, new coach, new offense, this, that, and the third. It's going to more be about, how can you get better from what you did last year, and how much more you're going to have to progress, for that to happen. So.
What about your future? Obviously, do you still want to play? Are you thinking about coming back? You have those big business decisions that you need to make.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like this is one of my most. I think mentally and physically, I was in a really good place this year, and having this offense and knowing conceptually what they wanted, and LaFleur, and having Justin Allen as my tight end coach. I got better every day. At 35 years old, I felt like I was getting better every day. My rep count went up to mid-30s towards half the season. So, it was really dope. I love to come back. When I wake up in the morning, I still love it. And I feel like I really think that, physically will leave before mentally, right, as far as me wanting to come back and play. And physically, I was in, the best shape I've ever been in my life. knowing that I'm older in the tooth, and it has to be that way. And there was not one game where I went into it feeling like I was at a disadvantage. So.
Mercedes, when you look back on this season, how much will you cherish the brotherhood that this team has?
Oh, man, that's what you miss most, is the locker room. I was in Jacksonville for, 12 years and, been on some good teams there and then some not so good teams there. But even the not so good teams, the locker room was still the things that you miss. So that's definitely what you miss about it. It's crazy that it had to end that way. Especially for the young guys to actually get a taste of the playoffs and understand that don't happen often. That was my third time being in the playoffs, second time being in the championship game, and I just finished my 14th year. So that's less than 5. You can't. Just gotta be better. And the attention to detail has to be amazing, and the parity in this league is very good. There's no room for too much error. So, it is what it is. You experience the growth and, take it into next year.
How would you evaluate what Coach LaFleur has done in his first year here?
I think he did a great job. He was, obviously when you're a head coach for the first time, it's like, when you're a young player coming in the league for the first time, everything is, you're figuring it out on the go. And I think he did an amazing job of leaning on the veterans, but holding the standard up for the young guys too. And the young guys did a great job of just following the vets. And I don't know, I just think as a whole we did a really good job, and this is one of the closest teams that I've been on.
Do you think that you guys just got beat by a better football team yesterday when it comes down to it?
That day. I think, don't get me wrong, San Francisco has a really good team, but we didn't play our best game. I mean, there's some things that happen in that game that don't normally happen, and we didn't get a chance to show us. And, it is what it is. Take it on the chin and get better for next year.
Snap to Rodgers, steps up, rainbows, deep down the right side. Adams climbs under it, makes the catch 40 to the 30, breaks a tackle to the 25 and down to the San Francisco 22-yard line. Wow, what a throw.
27-0 to come out with a 75-yard, 11-play drive to open the second half after being down 27. What's it say about it?
It says that we don't know. Nobody quits on this team. Everybody thought we still had a chance, no matter how terrible we were playing at that point. So to still be able to come, put yourself in a position to still be competing at the end of a game like that when you start so bad, just shows that everybody has the right mentality. Nobody's a quitter, and that's basically what it is.
They're screwed wrong with Richard Sherman early in the game. Let's say part of the first half. Big deal, no deal. What'd you think of that?
We just couldn't figure it out early. Nothing about what they were doing was throwing us off all crazy, other than, they got an excellent, they got a really good defense altogether, but they have an excellent pass rush. So that was a little bit of a deal for us early. But, I wouldn't say anything that they were doing in the back end was, nothing extraordinary.
Down 27-0. But, you guys came back and made it interesting.
Right.
I guess what does that say about the group, and what were you thinking was 27-0? That was not part of the plan.
It definitely wasn't a part of the plan, but at the same time, we dug ourselves in a hole and we knew we had to fight out. This group has been resilient all year long, and one thing that we knew that we can count on is this group coming out and fight, and that's what we did. Obviously, we came up short. We're not in the business, like I said, of coming up short. We're in the business of winning, so we would love to came here and won this game against a tough 49er team. We knew they were going to be tough. We prepared for it. We just didn't get the job done.
Their running game.
Right.
As that game wore on, you stiffened up, stopped the bleeding, but what the heck was going on with that? Did you guys figure that one out?
I don't know, man. It's tough, like I said. Regardless of what happens up front, on the back end, you still have to be prepared to cover your guy, because that is a great, offensive play caller over there in Kyle Shanahan. he's been great for his career. He's learned from the best, and we knew that. We knew that. We just couldn't stop it. I don't know what it was. It's one of the things that you still want to go back and watch the film and see what happened. Why couldn't we stop it? Those guys came out and did what they were supposed to do. Realized we couldn't stop the run and kept running the ball.
Matt, lots of fight and good football in the second half, but 27-0, just too much to overcome, huh?
Yeah, especially against a quality football team like the Niners. Dug ourselves way too big of a hole and just couldn't get out of it. And, you know, I love the fight of our team. They're a resilient group, high character. And, it's just unfortunate because you never want to see something that, when you got something that's that good, come to an end.
Now, you were able to slow the rushing attack down, their rushing attack down in the second half as the game wore on, but way too many yards at the end of the game. What was the problem, do you think?
You know what, I'm going to have to go back and look at the tape, but I know there were some missed tackles, and, you know, you got to give them credit. They definitely did some things with the scheme. I looked up a couple times. They ran a reverse and around that just sprung big gains, and we've got to coach better, and we've got to execute a little bit better to prevent those types of things from happening.
You guys turned the ball over twice in the first half. That is so out of character for your football team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, and the second time we're down 17-0, and we're driving the football, and you know we just fumble a snap, which we haven't done one time all season long. So it's just, you know, again, you got to take care of the football. You got to win the football, and if you don't, it's tough to win games, especially against good teams.
Early in the game, they were changing up coverages with Richard Sherman. Was that any kind of a problem or any kind of a contributing factor in a rough first half?
No, I don't think so at all. You know, we threw a couple balls on Sherman, and it totally didn't affect us. It was more or less, they did a couple different things that we weren't expecting on third down, but that got us and that hurt us. But again, you got to give them credit. They made more plays than us and coached better than us, obviously.
Matt, you're down 27-0 at the half, and you come out and get the football and go 75 yards in 11 plays. What did that tell you about your team?
Yeah, there's no fight, and I knew that about these guys. They're a competitive group that cares about one another, and they're prideful guys, and nobody wants to come in here and get embarrassed like that. And so I knew they were going to fight for the full 60 minutes, and that's exactly what they did.
It's never quite the same from season to season. Will it be tough to say goodbye to your first team in Green Bay?
Oh, yeah, it hurts. It definitely hurts because I care about these guys. I love these guys. You know, I can't say enough about them in terms of just them buying into not only myself, but the rest of the coaches and everything we're trying to get accomplished. And we did a lot of great things this season. Unfortunately, there's only going to be one team at the end of the year that's happy, and, you know, that's not going to be us.
Matt, thank you, and congratulations on one heck of a season.
I know it was your first year, but how would you evaluate Coach LaFleur's first year?
Phenomenal, man. He did a great job, not only him, but the staff that he brought in with him, all the guys, our O-line coaches, the defensive coaches, you know, the strength coaches, everyone adapted well, everyone, you know, kind of jived well together, and everyone, you know, meshed well, and what we created was, you know, something special and something that's not ever going to be forgotten.
I don't know what your expectations were coming in here your first year, but how did your first year kind of live up to what you expected?
It was good, man. It was good. It was fun. You know, they welcomed me here with open arms. You know, some great guys on this team, and you know what we were able to accomplish as a team, and you know, the last 6 months was, you know, something special. So you know, my time here was great.
Is it tough that you know that there are going to be some different players in this locker room, and some of these relationships that you have aren't going to be around? Do you think about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's always a tough situation. You know, I mean, this is my 6th season. You know, that's come and gone, and every season there's new guys on the team. There's guys that come, there's guys that go, and you know it's never an easy thing to kind of get over. It's always a new feeling, but you know with that being said, you know the positive and the silver lining in that is, you know, hopefully the right pieces are in place next year for this team to go all the way.
How about Brian Bulaga? Here's a guy who might have some decisions to make at the end of the year. How important has he been to you and what he's meant to this locker room?
He's been real important to me. He's been a big part of my success on and off the field here, and you know he's a great guy. I think he's had a career season. I think he's had the best year of his career thus far.
Any message for the fans as you head into the offseason?
Stay with us, man. Next year's going to be better.